Hi, and welcome to this fifth video about health. And today I propose to you to travel on the health of men and health of women. To understand how we could increase our health, it's very important to understand, as we have seen before in the previous videos, the principle of masculine and feminine. Remember, the masculine principle is linked to strength and feminine principle is linked to power. In fact, power generates strength. The feminine principle is the mother of the masculine principle. This is a major key to understand how to be healthy as men and women. Because remember, we are not polarized exactly on the same areas. We have three feminine principle and three masculine principle. They are alternate and they are complementary between men and women. And that leads me to present you the importance of the feminine principle. Knowing that the feminine principle generates the masculine one, it's so important to understand how works the feminine principle. The feminine principle has a wonderful power, the power to say yes or to say no. It means that everything will happen to the feminine principle depending to what the feminine principle open her door. Does I open my door to what is very close to me, very materialistic, very prosaic, fast food, pornography, fast sensoriality, what is easy, what is tasty good, but which is not good quality? We all know how we pay hard that. On digestion, on disappointment, on be tired afterward, to take the fast food of life. Our mouth is feminine. What we put in our mouth? Do we put fast food and GMO stuff with a lot of Roundup that destroy all our system, or do we choose to take organic food, to choose to appreciate how we eat the food and to put emotion in, to develop our femininity when we receive an energy, to welcome it, to appreciate it? It's a choice. And the feminine principle really rules the choice we have. So knowing that, there is another rule. More the quality, the feminine principle choose a high quality. High quality mean purity in the physical term, which is simplicity. Something which is not mixed with something else. Something which is very aligned, very high quality. When we have that, we know that it gives a superpower to the feminine principle. Our senses are feminine. When we receive a high quality of, look, when you take a TV, you have a high definition. Everybody like it better than a low definition. You listen music, you have a hi-fi. Everybody like it better than to have something come from your I don't know, a little device. It's the same on all levels of life. So knowing that, the feminine principle always has advantage to educate herself, the feminine principle. It's not yet man and woman. To choose always the best. Always the best. Nothing but the best should be always a rule for the feminine principle. It doesn't mean that you have to live in satin and silk universe. It means that you have to close to what is not high quality and just open to what is high quality. So simple than that. So the high quality is often in what is above the other, what is more elevate, more educate, more developed, more subtle. And the low quality is more what is down. So the feminine has to look high, to look above. This is, by the way, the definition of humility. Humility allows you to receive. When you are in pride, you master, you dominate. But the feminine principle is based on humility meaning receiving the high quality, what is highest than us. So knowing that, I propose you to start with the masculine principle, which is more simple to picture it better. And you will see both principles have completely the same values, they are just functioning differently. For the masculine, for the man in fact, we know that, remember last time we have seen how the head, the brain, is much more receptive than on the woman's side. Meaning that the brain works in 2D besides 3D on the brain of a woman. And so the brain is, the senses on men are very, very, very sensitive. Much more sensitive, making that, and the brain more reactive. Making, for example, that if a man looks a nude woman, he loses his head. Because it's so strong for him that he overreacts to that. Same thing when there is sounds. When there is sounds very provocating in a good or negative way, men are very prone to react. And all the senses of men are so feminine, they are vibrate and react much more. So for men, it will be very, very important to learn to what you have to close your door and what you have to open. If you open your door to what is violence, negativity, aggression, provocation, you will just overreact and be mad. But if you learn to close your door, your senses to that, and just see behind the appearance, behind the illusion of things. If you connect you to certain values like unity behind the bodies, equality behind the genders, brotherhood, value like everything which is the more spiritual in life, spiritual above religion, spiritual like what is beauty, what make me in the state of If I see a naked woman, I'm in a but which is so strong that I lose my mind. If I'm in front of this nature, I'm in a which make me so inspired that suddenly it will give me a power. It will make me so powerful that it will design the type of expression my voice will have. And when I talk about voice, I should talk more about verbs. What I'm going to use to express myself. Am I going to express myself like as a gentleman, or am I going to be rough and tough and dominate people around me? If I'm connected to the negativity of the darkness of things, my voice will be very tough and rough and dominate my environment. If I'm connected to what is so beautiful in the living beings, in all the creation, my expression of myself, my morality, my quality, the virtue that I nourish, nurture and defend will be very high quality. So I become much more noble. And it has nothing to do if I come from the road or from a rich family. It's the real wellness, the real wealth. To be connected on the beauty of the world, to have this strength to express it by my verbs and the way I interact with the other. When I have this level of interaction, it will act on my wisdom. Remember, it's feminine here for men, the word of wisdom, to what I open my heart. And in terms of wisdom, of high level of consciousness, high intelligence, what I'm looking in my mother, in this wise woman, or the Amerindian chief, or all the philosopher, or all these big this big thinker who have changed the future of humanity. These people who could inspire my feminine craving of this high level of philosophy. So when my heart is suddenly open to that, because I'm first open to beauty, so this power gives this strength to my the quality of my excuse me, in English my words sometimes are a bit lost, of my morality, of course this morality is going to lead me toward an opening to a certain type of philosophy. Is it a materialistic philosophy, or is it more a philosophy who care of the nature, who care of the humans, who care of the beings, of the life? When I care and I am inspired by all this inspiration, it's going to give a power to my thinking level, which is masculine. So it gives strength to my thought. And my thoughts are precise, they are right, they are very pure in a certain way, because they answer to this inspirational level, which is to philosophy, which is to big values. When my thought is so precise, so clear, so clean, it has an effect on my emotional level, which is feminine on man. And because it's feminine, I start to develop more. I'm helped by my clear thought to open my emotion to what feed the best emotion in me. Best emotion, best sensation. And I'm seeking for what make me light, not what make me heavy. What make me joyful, what make me happy, what make me... And because I'm so open to that, I always want to have good joke with my friends and create a nice atmosphere. I'm the home, the emotional home of my wife eventually, of my children's, but I want to have this beauty and this gentleness in my emotional level. And when I nurture that, it will master and direct my behavior. It will master and direct my body, my health. And that's so important to understand that the quality that I will nurture in my emotion will lead how I behave. So will my behavior will be, again, rough and tough and violent and dominant? Or will I behave like a gentleman who take his time? And either it will lead my sexuality. Will I have a sexuality who take care of the other because I'm in these feelings? Or am I alone and I just take my pleasure? And I'm alone with another lonely person that I will make lonely. And finally have a self-sexuality either with someone else. No, if I'm connected emotionally with my own emotion, that I'm to what I'm open to, the highest level of emotion, the joy, to share things and happiness, of course, either my sexual drive will be completely much more fun, much more creative, and in the dialogue with my partner. But more than that, it leads my behavior. Is my behavior damaging my environment, or is my behavior transferring light, energy, love, and giving strength to my world around me? So you see this triangle, the level of opening to the highest beauty we can find on world by my spiritual receptors, which are my senses in fact, at a certain point, to my brain, and how all that lead to direct my behavior. So this is a masculine principle. And all this, the health, which is healthy, which is sane, will be depending on how my feminine energy is open to what, which type of quality. So we can see that top down, and at each level, of course, I'm opening my heart, my wisdom, my senses to the world which is around me. So it's working in two dimensions, vertical and horizontal. But I have to select to what I want to open to. What does I accept to open me to laugh on the emotional level of things which are not so nice on other people? Or do I prefer to really enjoy laughing of things which are really funny and healthy? It's a choice, but this choice will lead my behavior to be mean after that, and to be racist, and to be gentle and caring and pay attention to the whole world. So this is for the health of man. For women, it's exactly the opposite, and in the meantime it's the same thing. Women are receptive sexually, it's obvious, physically, and they are receptive to what? First, to the behavior which are around her. behavior around women is so important that it could make them completely losing their ability to be sane and healthy and in wellness. If there is violence, if there is damage, if there is really bad stuff happening around a woman, it could completely make her life upside down. Of course, men are sensitive too, but the level of receptivity is so big and so strong in our own body, the whole body. It's not just the senses, but it's the whole body which is like that on a woman, linked to her genital, but it has an effect on all the cells of her body. That what's happening in her environment is super important for her. And again, she has a choice to close her to what is dark, cold, mean, and just to open to nice behavior. So either if you live in a country where there is a lot of violence, where it's very dark, where there is no nature, again there is always behavior who are noble, inspiring, amazing. And if you open to that and you close to the if you're 90% of your environment is dark, close to 90 and just open to 10 or to 5 or to 1%. But this is the duty and the importance and the responsibility of the feminine part to close to what is not yourself, to what is not healthy for you. When you are open to the nice behavior, when you work on your own behavior to nurture this feminine aspect in you, and you pay attention to your environment, your house, your garden, your friends, you cultivate beauty, harmony, and friendship, and you are aligned with yourself on this level, that is going to give you a strong power in your femininity, and this strong power will orient and define the quality of your emotion, who are masculine, who are emissive. And according to the type of life you allow around you to have, you select. You will have emotions who are amazing or terrible. You are going to become a boss who boss your husband, who boss your kid, who boss everybody, and which is very terrible. Or you are going to be someone who enlightens everybody, who shine, who nurture, who vivify the other. And when people see you there, oh, you're here, oh my God, he was missing. Because the emotion in this woman has been strengthened by this power to open to what is the most beautiful in life. When these emotions have this type of quality, mentally, they are going to orient the mental level, which is feminine, on the digestive level, on the diaphragm, and lead to women to be prone to open more to certain type of thinking, certain type of occupation, certain type of book, of movies, or many things. If the level of the emotion are very beautiful, you are going to open more easily to beautiful thought, and you are going to collect all and open yourself to amazing thought everywhere, ingenious things that are so bright, so amazing, that you are going to collect in your mental a power amazing that is going like a pollen to develop a honey in your wisdom area, the area of your heart. And you are going to broadcast around you a wisdom which is amazing. You will have the strength to synthesize, like women know that, synthesize in 2 words what men do say in 1,000, like me. And in 2 words they are going to be able to shine like a sun with a coat that flabbergasted you. Oh my God. And when you have this type of philosophy, you become a natural philosopher. It have an effect on your throat, which is feminine, who is seeking for morality, for virtues, for qualities. And you are going to collect all the good words. You are going to be sensitive with people who have words connected to their behavior, who are noble. And when you start to open to what is a more noble, people who say what who do what they say, who are trustable, who are just with themselves, you are going to collect what is quality in life, what is virtue, what is morality. Is it moral to take all the time from nature, or is it more moral to take care of nature? Is it moral to care or to abuse? Simple thing, common sense. But you will have a craving of all this common sense that make your life so amazing. You're able to collect so much power of the common sense that this common sense that take care of life is going to enlighten your brain, to enlighten your face, to enlighten your senses, and you are going to shine through your whole head. And this is exactly the beauty that men fall for, in the very right way. Not fall in a negative way, but really are inspired, amazed. You become a muse for men and women around you, because you have this shining in the eyes that come from a high level of quality, because you have opened yourself in life to what is the more moral, the better common sense, what is the more useful to take care of this planet, of family, of husband, of yourself. And because you carry this value, it makes you 10 times more beautiful than what you receive from your parents. If you're already physically pretty, you will become just a son. If you're not so pretty, you become super pretty, because you have this expression of beauty in you. Everything which is connected to something which is deeply true, deeply moral, deeply ethics, give you beauty, an inner beauty that shines through all your face. And this is much more efficient than any lipstick. So you can see like that in this vertical ascending triangle how the femininity is healthy or non-healthy, according to how you use this feminine principle to open to good things or negative things. Meaning quality things, pure things, things which are not mixed, but aligned. And when you practice at this different level, you can count on having a very healthy femininity, and as a woman, exactly like men. So you see these two triangles are going to meet each other, and they are so the mirror of one of each other. So they are going to be able to share. So what we talk on the vertical level will be, of course, the same on the horizontal level. And that's why in the next capsule, understand better our gender as men and as women, we will be ready to enter in the couple, how to create a healthy couple. Thank you.